All right, let's talk about California Penal Code 602 subsection O. It's about trespassing. The question came from an officer who transferred from Ohio, I think, to California to become a peace officer in California. And he's talking about the trespass law. And, let's say we have a business where a person is telling them to leave. A couple questions is number one is, can the police officer be the agent of the business? And the answer is yes. That actually happens all the time, right? So you can't be the agent without permission. You have to actually have this agreement because you can't trespass people from private property. Only a business can. However, you can be the agent of the business. So for example, you go to 7-Eleven and they're like, this guy's out front. He's unhoused. He's not leaving. He's harassing our customers. I told him to leave, Well, can you tell him to leave, right? And then the officer goes up there and says, hey, they don't want you here. You got to leave. If the person does not leave, they commit trespass. Now, if they didn't leave at the direction of the business owner, then that would be trespassing. One thing that does come up, though, is that, from my sources in California, and I may need your help on this, but my sources in California are telling me that, they typically cite the person under 602O, and California's trespass statute, by the way, is highly complicated. Multiple sections. I think it's way more complicated than it needs to be, but you're also talking about the state of California, so I think that is par for the course. But it says a person commits a misdemeanor if refusing, this is subsection O, refusing or failing to leave land, real property, or structures belonging to or lawfully occupied by another. Okay, you would think that that's great, but then it says, and not open to the general public upon being requested by a peace officer at the request of the business. The problem is, if officers are using subsection O, it does have this thing. Not only it has to be real property, structure, and so forth, but not open to the general public. Well, 7-Eleven is open to the general public, and so I just don't know how they're using subsection O for open to the public businesses. And I cannot find the answer. I'm sorry, but I looked through California statute. I cannot find a clean section that just says, everything that needs to say except something, except this whole open, and not open to the general public. So can you help me out here, right? I'm asking you, my viewers here, if you're in California, what would you cite a person under, right? Let's say that they do not want to leave the 7-Eleven. What enforcement action are you going to take? And if you're going to charge them with trespassing, what citation are you going to give them? What is the penal code? And please leave that in the comments below so I can see that. And I really need to see that. So, or reach out to me directly at bluetogold.com and contact us and just tell me, if you don't want to put in the comments, just tell me what you would do in these situations, because right now all my sources that I trust and I talk to are all saying 601 subsection O, 602 subsection O. All right, I'll leave a snippet of that below. I hope this helps, but I know that they have to leave, right? Obviously, you can't just stay and be like, nope, there's no law that applies to me. There is a law that applies, but which one do you use? Anyway, that's what I have for you. Hope this conversation helped. If you like what we're doing here, like, subscribe, share with your friends. Until next time, my friends, you stay safe.